Hey guys, it's me, DragonMan. And as some of you know, it's been quite a while since I posted anything. I'm not going to go into full-on specifics, but I will just say that the past few years have been challenging. I've been experiencing a lot of personal trials, tribulations, growing pains, if you will. And so definitely, there's been some things to figure out with myself. But now I'm sort of at a point where things are a little more stable and I'm looking to get back into content creation. And so that leads us to today. What is the future of DragonMan stop motions? But more importantly, what is the DragonFam and where am I going with that? So, yes, a little bit of an exciting announcement, but I am now starting the DragonFam, which is sort of my goofy name for a collection of channels that I will be overseeing and creating content on. I have OCD, and because of my OCD, I don't feel like making a bunch of different kinds of content and putting it all on one channel. So for instance, I don't want to make a gaming video and put it on DragonMan stop motions because, well, I mean, it's all about stop motions, right? And, every video that's been on there has been about stop motions or animation or something related to that. So I wanted to make a bunch of different channels, a bunch of sort of other ventures that I could explore other topics through. And so I'm calling all of these different channels kind of bunched together in this little family, the DragonFam. And so basically, all it really is just several different channels that I'll now be posting on. To use another Lego YouTuber as an example, like JangBricks, how JangBricks has several different channels that he posts on. He has the main JangBricks YouTube channel, the Jang's Lego reviews, the Jang's Pure builds, things like that. Similarly, DragonFam is just my name for the various channels I'll be posting things on now, as opposed to just DragonMan stop motions. So, what are these new channels? First and foremost, there is the newest one that has also been created for the longest amount of time after DragonMan stop motions, and that is DragonMan Movies and More. And so DragonMan Movies and More will constitute kind of a channel where I will be posting movie reviews, video essays, and generally probably longer form content speaking about media and other things in more of a review fashion. It is called DragonMan Movies and More, so there will possibly be other content, and it might be a bit of a dumping ground, so to speak, for more miscellaneous content that might not fit in anywhere else. Primarily, it'll constitute movie reviews and things of that nature, video essays. It just might also have some other surprises in store. And then there's DragonMan Games, which is where I'll be posting clips and highlights from gaming sessions with my friends. I'm not really a great gamer, and they can attest to that. I kind of stink, but I feel like we have a lot of fun whenever we game stuff together, and there's always a lot of funny moments. And so for a while now, we've been thinking about just posting kind of clips and highlights, and that's kind of where that will live, is on DragonMan Games. There won't really be any super produced content on there, I'm thinking. It'll mostly be a little more just clips, highlights, funny moments, things like that. I'm not really anticipating that one to be something I'm posting on super frequently, only when I feel like there's something that's noteworthy enough to post, but it is something that we've been wanting to do for a while. So there is that. And then there's Dragoncast. And so there we will be talking about really anything and everything, podcast style, new movies that come out, series, our thoughts on them, our thoughts on different things, different array of topics. And there might be opportunities for other topics as well, such as things in the Lego community or things like that. So more to come on that one. And possibly more to come in the future. As of right now, there are only 4 channels that are part of the DragonFam, and that's DragonMan Stop Motions, DragonMan Movies and More, DragonMan Games, and Dragoncast. But there might be more in the future, so we'll see. As of right now, though, I just wanted to provide this quick update and just let you guys know that there are things in the works. Granted, I am the world's worst procrastinator, and I am really terrible about making deadlines and sort of setting goals for myself. That is something I am 100% still working on all the time. But I would like to get into this. I think that first and foremost, the thing that you'll see me posting on next after this is Dragon Man movies and more. I think that's where the first sort of things will start coming out, I hope. Which, I'll be honest, is going to be a bit of an experience for me, a bit of a journey, if you will, because frankly, I've never really made video essays. I've always wanted to, I never have. So there'll be some growing pains there, similar to how there was when I first started making stop motions years ago. And that's just the way it is with any content creation, or frankly, any skill, just period. Of course, that might beg the question, where does that leave this channel? Where does that leave Dragon Man's stop motions? And that is a great question. I still want to make the Chosen Verse happen. I still have stories I want to tell. I really do. I still write scripts all the time. I still write scripts. I actually have come up with some new stories, in fact, in just the past few years that weren't even part of the Chosen Verse, just some years ago. And those are really exciting, I'll be honest. There's a new story. I won't tell you anything about it, but it's called Pulse Paladins, and that is a very exciting one that I've had a lot of fun writing and sort of fleshing out that world. So, you know, which is just to say that there are things in the works. However, I've recently graduated college, so I am freed up a little bit, but at the same time, just with adult life and finding work, getting more into a career, the demands of those sorts of things, I just find myself having less time than I used to make stop motions. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I had an extra 8 hours in the day to make stop motions. That would be amazing. But I don't. And frankly, my first film that I made, codenamed Strike Rise, I was only really able to do because it was COVID and because all of us had unlimited free time and we were all doing nothing, you know. Nowadays, I don't quite have that same sort of time frame. Although I would still like to post on Dragon Man stop motions. I do still want to make content for this channel. I don't know about super long form content again. That is still the plan, I will say, because that was my plan for a long time, was to do these stop motion films, you know, in the same vein as Codename Strike Rise, like long, like 1.5 to 2 hour long stop motion films. Once again though, you know, it's a labor of love, but a labor nonetheless. And it takes time that I kind of just don't have as much of anymore. Especially with like the Jinja, which is the second planned film in the Chosen Verse. You know, that's probably eyeing about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, similar to my first film. But I don't have just unlimited hours in the day anymore to work on it, like I did with Codename Strike Rise. You know, as opposed to taking 1 year like that did. You know, if I worked at maybe a similar pace with the time that I have, I would almost be looking at more like 5 years to make something like that. Because, especially also because I just have higher standards for myself. I want to continue improving my craft, and with improving your craft, especially with something like stop motion, means more time in post-production, more time editing, more time refining, color grading, more time making it, you know, for lack of a better term, professional. Not that that's ever really been my aim. My aim is to tell stories, first and foremost, and to tell stories that are important to me. But there is just time as a constraint, and always will be time as a constraint. Where does that leave things? Well, I'm thinking more, probably at least to start out with, easing into some more short sort of content. There's been some shorts that I've planned for a long time that I've kind of been producing in association with my older brother, Ian, and I think that I might get underway producing some of those. We'll see. There also might be some Chosen Verse shorts, or at least shorter content, anyways, that aren't films. Definitely, the next thing I'd actually like to produce is Codename Strike the series, since technically that is the next thing in the watch order of the Chosen Verse, is that, since it takes place immediately following the first film. With that, that also poses a bit of an issue because each script for each episode is roughly an hour long themselves. So there is still a lot to produce there, content-wise. So, because of that, I'm probably exploring more short-form options that will help me to tell stories in the Chosen Verse, but also help me to continue refining my craft without having to make 2-hour movies or 1-hour-long episodes of my series. Granted, some of that is on me. Maybe I should have written shorter scripts, but, you know, I digress. In short, there will be content here. I don't know how long that will take, but I promise I am not abandoning this channel. Now, having said that, I would like to reiterate, and this is only just because I still get the occasional comments or different things about this, I would like to reiterate that when I say I'm not abandoning this channel, I am talking pretty strictly about just kind of producing my own content. As far as things that relate to other pre-existing IPs that I've worked on in the past, like my Nexo Knights series or my Ninjago series, anything else sort of in that vein of things, I think I've kind of put the cap on that and I'm pretty much done. I know that for a lot of people, that's very disappointing. And honestly, that actually means a lot to me. The fact that my Nexo Knights series, which, I mean, frankly, I made when I was just a kid, but the fact that it, you know, blew up so much and did so well, given that I was a dumb, inexperienced kid YouTuber that really had no idea what I was doing, and I was editing everything on, you know, Windows Movie Maker, for heaven's sakes. The fact that it blew up so much still touches my heart, genuinely, and it means so much to me. However, as I developed my own stories, and even just as I've gotten older, now that I'm through school and working towards a career in filmmaking, I've realized that my real passion lies with telling my own stories, stories that are my own creation, my own writing, and really my own imprint, stories that contain my own mark and my own flair, if you will. Because of that, Nexo Knights doesn't really fall into that. Nexo Knights is an official LEGO IP, and I love Nexo Knights, don't get me wrong. It is still a theme that is near and dear to my heart, just like Ninjago, just like Dreams, just like every original LEGO IP. However, I don't have that passion. I don't have the passion to tell stories in someone else's universe, if that makes sense. So for all of those that still ask for further Nexo Knights, I am sorry to say that I think I've pretty much put the cap on it at this point. I don't think that series will ever be continued further. However, I will say, however, I have possibly thought about maybe making a stop-motion version of the official Nexo Knights show, the official LEGO-produced Nexo Knights television series. I have thought about making a stop-motion version of the canceled Season 5 that we never got. Is that going to happen? I don't know. That's just purely an idea at this point. I'm almost speaking about that more as a fan rather than as a creator that actually has that plan set in stone, like that's something I'm going to do. As of right now, will I ever do that? I don't know. I have thought about it though. I'll just say that. I have thought about it, and unlike my original Nexo Knights series, that version of a Nexo Knights series, a stop-motion retelling of what Season 5 would have been, is something I'm still considering, is something I've thought about. I don't know. Almost both as a love letter to the television series and the theme itself, and also potentially as a love letter to people that enjoyed my Nexo Knight stop motion series and that might want a little more taste of that. So I don't know. That's just an idea. That's just purely speculative at this point. Maybe someday, but I will say don't hold your breath, because probably not. I don't think so on that. But there is that. Anyways, though, I'm digressing a lot, as I always do. Case in point is that things are changing in the sort of Dragon Man universe, if you will. They're changing and staying the same. The more things change, the more they all stay the same, right? But they are. So DragonFam is starting. I am going to be posting content on other YouTube channels now that just explore various interests of mine. And I will also still be posting here, so definitely there will be more to come. Please subscribe to my other channels if you'd like to keep up with things, and keep your eyes out just for further announcements and further content that will hopefully be posted more in this year. So, there you have it. It's good to see you all again, and it's good to be back. Hopefully this time in more of an official capacity, and not, you know, that I post this and then do nothing for another 4 years and then make another video. Hopefully that won't happen this time. Anyways, though, I am excited to be starting this new chapter and new journey, and I hope you all will be excited too. So join me for this new DragonFam, and let's hope it's great. So with that, I will leave it and just keep your eyes open. So goodbye for now. I will see you all later.